Set 4 years after the events of the original film, Gwen's dreams are haunted by visions of three boys who were brutally murdered at a winter camp. Alongside her brother Finney and their friend Ernesto, they travel to the camp to get to the bottom of the mystery, but in doing so, they encounter a dark figure from their past, the Grabber. The first thing that strikes you about Black Phone 2 is in how it both adheres to and deviates from standard practices of horror sequels. It escalates almost every aspect of the film, but it takes on board the lessons from lesser sequels within the genre by maintaining the maturity of the drama, which kept the original film so grounded. In this film, Finney is coping with his survival from the events of the first film by allowing his fear to manifest into anger. Returning to the role, Mason Thames brings a wary quality to his character that works very well and exhibits some subtlety to his performance. This time, though, the lead is his sister Gwen, who is trying to make sense of her psychic powers. Madeleine McGraw's performance in the original was a highlight, but here she really comes into her own with a very physical and emotionally charged performance that is the heart of the film. It is refreshing how the film takes its time in introducing these characters instead of just thrusting them straight into reliving the horrors from 4 years previous. We see the burden they carry from it and how a failure to acknowledge it is stunting their growth, particularly Finney. It all works towards the presentation of the central theme of closure, which Derrickson and Cargill realises well in the script. As good as their thematic approach to the writing is, it is let down a little by some of the dialogue, which at times feels forced, especially in the scenes where they confront the Grabber. It creates a disconnect from any of the tension that had previously built up. In bringing back the Grabber, the film draws an inspiration from A Nightmare on Elm Street, particularly the third entry, Dream Warriors, as he returns through the dreams and visions of Gwen and Finney. Ethan Hawke plays it with more menace and brutality than before, as there is nothing left to lose for the infamous child killer who is hell-bent on revenge. Scott Derrickson does a brilliant job at building up the character for the sequel, as we barely catch glimpses of him before he returns, making him feel as threatening as ever before he makes his first appearance. One of the best aspects of the film is how director Scott Derrickson shoots the dream vision sequences. His use of 16mm footage works incredibly well at delivering an unsettling quality to the film. The lo-fi look of these moments makes it feel like the audience is watching some kind of demented home movie. Black Phone 2 is a much more meaner and nastier film than its predecessor, but it is also a more thoughtful one that carries a greater emotional resonance through the arcs of the main characters. Despite some issues with the script, Derrickson delivers something fresh. It may draw influences from other greats within the genre, but in not playing things safe, he delivers a satisfying sequel that is worthy of the original.